And a very good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to the Eat, Drink, Explore radio program, heard live every Saturday morning right here on Crush 92.5 in San Luis Obispo and northern Santa Barbara counties. Might extend a little bit into southern Monterey County, and looks like we're keeping our fingers crossed. I think it's going to happen, that we will be expanding up into Monterey, Santa Cruz, and Santa Clara counties with signing on a new radio station soon, which I'm very excited about, Miss Patty Piper. So I'm your host, Randall White, and we are coming to you right now from downtown San Luis Obispo. And by the way, with that expansion, we will be staying in San Luis Obispo. Even if we were nationwide, I'm staying right here. I love it here. All right, if you've noticed over the past decade or so, airports are getting better at attracting top restaurants, giving you a much larger selection from which to choose when making a dining option during a long flight delay or extended layover, which you've had plenty of recently, Patty. We'll talk about your extended flights in just a moment. If the airport is exceptionally large, the vast variety of culinary possibilities can be overwhelming, as you know, let alone finding just the right place to hit if you're in a hurry to get from one gate to another. Fortunately, there's a great, and I added it to my iPhone the other day, a great smartphone app to help you navigate in such situations. It's free. Even a top 25 list for the best restaurants located inside the nation's airports. Joining us now with more information on all of this is Zachary Einzig, I hope I pronounced your last name correctly, with GateGuru. Welcome to the program, Zachary.
Hello, Randall. Thank you very much for having me.
Did I get your last name right?
You did. You nailed it.
Right on. I like it. There's a rule with German last names. You pronounce the second letter. If it's an E and an I, then it's Einzig. If it was I and then E, it'd be Einzig.
Right.
So I think that's how it works most of the time anyway. So GateGuru, the app, you can get it at gateguruapp.com. I downloaded it the other day, and it's a lot of fun. Or it's helpful, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I can start off by giving you a little bit of a background about GateGuru.
Yeah.
So GateGuru was first launched in December of 2009, and our primary focus was to help travelers figure out two things. So first, as you mentioned before, big airports, so where are the amenities in the airports? Right. And then second, which amenities are actually good or bad? So when we first launched, people often called us Yelp for the airports.
Okay.
And yeah, so, same concept. And when we first launched, we got great press because this is a situation everyone's been in, so it really resonated with people. And we were covered by many top outlets, and we were actually featured in a national Apple television commercial campaign.
Oh, fantastic.
Right, so that was just great for us.
And it works with GPS also, so it knows which airport you're at.
Right. So when you first launch, we're able to tell where you are. So we'll give you a list of closest airports to make it more convenient for you to find the airport you're looking for quickly.
And then, can it help you, Zachary, if you land at a gate, it will give you the route to get to your connection?
We don't actually give you the exact route to get to your connection, but you can enter your flight ahead of time, and we'll tell you which gate you're going to. So, if you have a connection, we'll tell you what gate you have to go to. And we do have maps, so you can use the map to figure out where you need to go.
Good. So I just ran into this situation at the Minneapolis airport a month ago, and we wanted a nice, healthy place to eat that got great ratings, and we ended up choosing poorly. So,
okay.
And then, of course, airport food is not the most inexpensive food. So I felt like I really threw like $40 out the window on food that was too salty, too sugary, and it was not what I wanted. So
right.
GateGuru can help you find those places that not only get great reviews, but are in the genre you're looking for.
Yeah, so when you first launch the app, you're presented with a whole bunch of airports, and you select your airport that you're in, and then we break it down by terminal and concourse, and you select that concourse, and then we'll give you a whole list of all the amenities there broken out by food, shops, and services. And there's a search bar on top, so you can search for, if you're looking for healthy options or fast food options or burger or anything like that. So just search there, and we have categories assigned to all the amenities, and hopefully you'll find what you're looking for.
Fantastic. Now, you were published recently in Business Insider, I believe, with a list of the top 25 restaurants in U.S. airports. We don't have time to get to all 25, but can we run down the top 10?
I don't have the list in front of me right now, but I can certainly give you a few highlights.
Here, I can. I think I can find it.
I do remember the first one was Amy's Ice Cream. That is pretty classic, and that had the highest ratings and reviews.
The highest ratings and reviews was Annie's Ice Cream, and is that in multiple locations or one specific airport?
The one that we highlighted was in a specific airport. I believe they might have a few airport locations, but it's a real local feel. So it might just be one airport.
Yes, and you highlighted the one that is at let's see here, the Austin airport.
Right. Okay.
The Amy's Ice Cream there. Okay, and so coming in number 2 is Vino Volo, the one at Washington Dulles, but I believe they have those at several of the airports here in California as well. This is like a wine bar.
Right. So Vino Volo, yeah, they're national. They're all over. And they're actually pretty interesting because they are this wine and cheese, sort of a classy establishment, which, you wouldn't associate necessarily with airports, but they're a great place, and all of our users rave about it because you go there and you just don't feel like you're in the airport anymore. Yeah. So, and from what I've read from the reviews, they have a very extensive menu, so it actually caters to all types of travelers, and it's just amazing locations. And we actually have an ad there where you get free olives when you go in and you use the GateGuru app.
Really?
Yeah.
A free olive plate. That's not. I'm a huge olive fan, so I'm gonna look for. I like wine too, so I'll be going to the next Vino Volo.
I'm pretty sure they do bottles. They do bottles to go there too. So if you find a wine you like, you can get that.
Yeah. I've been through Chicago O'Hare more times than I care to count, and number 3 on your list is Garrett's Popcorn at Chicago O'Hare. What makes that place so great?
Well, Garrett's is, again, a local favorite. To me, when I travel, I try and find these local favorites. Airports to me are the first place you arrive to at a new location. So I like an airport to have a real local feel, and I try and find those places because if I'm there for a business meeting, I'm not going to necessarily have time to hit all the actual places in the town. So I know in the airport I can still get the real feel. So Garrett's Popcorn is very well known, and they just have tons of flavors. I think caramel something, and just lots of flavors, and it's a great. If I come home without bringing a big bag for my friends, I get in trouble.
I want to suggest at O'Hare Berghoff Cafe. Berghoff is a brewery that has been around for a very long time in downtown Chicago, but they have a cafe out at O'Hare. You can get a pint of their beer for, it used to be $5, which at an airport, $5 for a pint of beer is almost unheard of. And the place is jam-packed. It's in the United Terminal, I know. And the place that it's based on in downtown Chicago for the longest time had no bar stools. It was a stand-up only bar because that was how they were, and they were dead set against putting these bar stools in, but then they caved. Finally, people complained, and I think about 10 years ago they put the bar stools in, but it used to be a stand-up bar for a really long time. So that's my suggestion.
The airport location has seating.
The airport location does have seating,
okay.
For sure. Okay, at the Minneapolis airport where I just was, that's a very clean and nice airport, by the way. Ike's Coffee Bar and cocktails. You can get your coffee, you can get cocktails, and it looks like food as well at Ike's.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely another one on the list. So as I mentioned, airport amenities are going through this huge change. You can find anything from your fast food staples to these fancy sit-down places to even sushi and steaks at airports now.
All right. Well, we will leave it there. Potbelly sandwich, by the way, is next on the list. And you find we don't have a lot of potbellies out here on the West Coast, I can't think of, but you see them all over in the Midwest, and it's a good sandwich, I've got to say. And so it's nice to see them at the airports. Zachary Einzig, thank you so much for being on the show with us. GateGuruApp.com. If you want to load that onto your smartphone, it's free, like I said. Thanks for your tips. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network. I'm your host, Randall White. We come to you live each and every Saturday morning from downtown San Luis Obispo. Patty and I are going to shoot the breeze coming up next. And then our final segment, we head to North Carolina, first in flight. That is our compass word this hour, flight. And we'll talk about Angel's Flight coming up next.